I was like, we go together. Like in my mind, I'm like, cool. And he hands me the note and hand me this. So wait, I'm handing him, sorry. Okay. So I'm handing you this and you take it and I kind of do this.
No, you didn't. Robin.
Kind of like clasp his hand.
You didn't softly caress.
Yeah, it's like softly caressed his hand. And I'm like, got it. And I'm like, got it. Wait, you have to look at me. And I'm like, got it. And he's like, can you give that to Stacey for me?
What up, y'all? It's your boy KevOnStage. Want to welcome you to Not My Best Moment podcast, where my friends, artists, entertainers, athletes come and tell us about their failures and what they learned from them. You know, I'm a successful failure, New York Times best-selling author of the same title. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Robin Thede. And before we start, let me go to my close-up. Robin Thede.
Go to my close-up.
I got to tell y'all, black women, in my life, even before I came to Hollywood, they looked out for me. Robin Thede said, Kev, do you want to be on my HBO show? And I said, yes, sure. How do I audition? She was like, no, you're in. And that's how I got on TV the first time. She said, no, you're in. And I studied my lines. I had my clothes. I had my tie tight. So I want to thank you publicly. I got to be on Black Lady Sketch Show twice. So let's run down. 6-time Emmy nominee, 4-time Black Reel Award winner for Black Lady Sketch Show.
Oh.
First Black woman head writer in unscripted late night television. First Black woman head writer for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. She was the star showrunner of The Rundown with Robin Thede, head writer of The Larry Wilmore Show, head writer of The Queen Latifah Show.
Yeah. And
she voiced roles in Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, The Great North, American Dad, Bob's Burgers. You were also in Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah, with Eddie
on
Murphy
Prime.
and
Fantastic.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
We're not here to talk about any of that crap.
Wait, you didn't even mention the most popular thing.
Black Lady Sketch Show?
Oh, did you say that?
I said that.
Oh.
4-time Black Reel Award winner for Black Lady Sketch Show.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
that was
okay,
4 seasons or 5?
4 seasons.
4 seasons of 5
Yeah.
of Black Lady Sketch Show.
Yeah.
How did
you
feel?
were amazing on it, by the way.
I felt it was so cool.
You were so funny in everything.
Both times I had a great time.
It was fun, right?
It was great.
Messed around and got to put it on TV.
I got to do what you wrote and the ladies wrote. I got to put my own.
Yep.
The full episode had a mix of both. As a comedian,
you improvised a lot, I feel like.
I do.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I was so grateful.
I thought you were going to say it was so great.
No,
because you were.
It was. Everybody was great. It was a great
Everybody
experience.
was great. I will say that. Like, we did not have a single dud of a guest star. Like, everybody that came on was so great in their own way and added their own things. It was so fun.
So let me ask you this first. That show was 4 years of primetime premier HBO-ness.
Yeah.
And then it goes away. What we know in this business, we always singing for our supper. We're hoping for the next season, another pickup.
Yeah.
But sometimes the thing's in and it's over.
Oh, every season I had no idea if we were going to continue.
Every season?
Every season. I was like, it's in God's hands. He's got the whole show.
Do you feel like part of you do you put that on to protect yourself?
No, you literally have you're you're begging the network, like, is there any word? And they're like, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, no one knows though, but that's not specific to me.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, unless you're, I don't know who you have to be, some white man. I don't think you know. I don't even think white men know if their shows are coming back from season to
unless you
season.
get like a 2-season order at the time.
Sure.
So what, take me to the moment where you find out it's over. Like, how did they even tell you, and what were you like?
You know what? It was actually beautiful. There was, I think there's a natural order to things. 4 seasons of anything is a ton of time, right? And we had made 3 of those 4 seasons during COVID protocols, right? Yeah. So our second season, we kind of made twice because we had a different cast from when we started shooting it. Then COVID happens and we picked up shooting it. And we kind of had to recast and rewrite. And we couldn't use dogs and animals because of COVID. Everybody's in masks and shields. And and we're trying to make something funny. And I remember this was season 2. You know, season 1 was like big success. We had Angela Bassett and, you know, all these people and nominated for all these Emmys. And then season 2, it was kind of like once we came back in August of 2020, it was like, okay, guys, we got to make it not only as funny, but funnier. And we have all these, and like no one can breathe because they're like in full scrubs. You know?
Comedy, you kind of like, often comedy shows, you vibe in the green room. You like pick up that.
And there was none of that.
You sit in your trailer and you shut the hell up and put that mask on.
Right.
Because we were so worried about like.
What was your first season? Season 2?
I think season 2.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were in the hardcore COVID season.
And everything was like that. But I feel like comedy suffers more from that than drama.
I think so, too, because we were all in masks until we hit set and you're on camera. Then you can take it off. And then we could find the magic.
Yeah.
But you're right. We didn't get to just sit around and eat lunch together. And like, you know, it was still very separated. But I knew in my mind, once it aired, no one would, A, remember that it was COVID, and B, care. They were like, you need to be funny. You know? So that was what we had to do. And I'm so lucky to have the crew and everybody I had. So to answer your question, by the end of season 4, we had been through so much and we had done so much. And I think we just felt really good about what we did. And so we were talking to HBO. There were already rumblings of a strike in the industry. And
dang, you got hit with everything.
With everything.
You literally got hit with the worst of all the stuff.
Yeah. And so I knew a strike was coming, and I knew that we wouldn't be able to make a season 5 for another whatever it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, another year at least. And that means the show doesn't come on for another 2 years. And so it was like, should we just end it now, you know? And like, thank God all of our cast members were off getting series regular gigs and selling shows and doing amazing. So it just kind of felt like a natural time to kind of get out on top.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do another season 2 years later where I couldn't get my same crew, I couldn't get my same cast, like, or it just felt past its prime.
Yeah.
You know,
I noticed when I was on set, I've been like the showrunner and actor on my set. And then when on your set, I was just an actor.
Yeah.
And I was walking by a trailer and I could see your crew, like they were putting out a fire, which happens on set.
Yeah.
What I want to ask you is, how hard is it to do both? Because on your show, you're not I remember when we were on break, you were getting your makeup refixed and they were coming to you about a guest coming and you were doing rewrites. Yeah. And then your makeup was redone and you went right back to acting.
Yeah.
How hard is it to have the showrunner brain and then the creative brain? Because you didn't miss a beat on either. I was like, dang, she really killing it. But it seems stressful. I mean, it is very stressful to do both and also act, you know, at the same time.
You know what? I think the alternative was having so at the time when the show was created, when I created the show, there were no other Black women who had ever showrun a sketch show that I knew of, and I still don't think there have been, to be honest. And so, you know, you're getting all these names of showrunners, and I had run shows for other people. It was just kind of a natural progression. But I didn't initially set out to run the show I was going to star in.
Really?
I was just going to produce, but I wasn't going to do the day-to-day, like, show running. For people who don't know, like, show running is,
can you explain it?
It's everything from hiring in the beginning to editing the show, to promoting the show. I mean, because I also star in the show. I mean, it's everything. So to make 6 episodes, it took me 365 days a year. Like, it wasn't, because it's 6 HBO half hours. It's not the 19 minutes of a sitcom on CBS. It's like 30 minutes, no commercials. Like, we're making short films. I mean, you know, it takes us a day to shoot a sketch. Yeah. And we're shooting 45 sketches for a season. They're dense episodes. So for me, it was kind of like, I just didn't really have a choice. If I wanted it to be my vision and have something called a Black Lady Sketch Show, I didn't want to go to one of the 5 white guys who have run all the sketch shows. No offense to the white guys, but like, it just didn't make any sense to me, you know?
Black Lady Sketch Show, except right here.
Except for the person in charge of all of the creative. Like, that would be
nuts. And you know,
nuts.
at that time, Black people we was checking the hierarchy of stuff.
Oh, we definitely
We
were.
was clicking the links.
Yes.
Who is running it?
Correct.
Let's who the CEO is.
And-
is it a Black person up in there?
Right.
Who is H in the BO? Is it Harold? Is it Harry? What them letters stand for? We was checking receipts during that pandemic.
What did Dr. Hadassah say HBO stood for?
Probably Hadassah had it.
Something, but she said something. She said something like that. And I think, so for me, it was just important that no matter how hard it was for me, I definitely wanted to have a Black woman at the head of the vision.
Yeah.
And Lauren Ashley Smith, I have to give her all the credit too. And then in later seasons, Chloe Hilliard, Monique Moses, Corinne Wells, like all these amazing Black women who became my head writers and producing partners. Plus our studio at Jackson Media and HBO. We had Black execs at HBO. I mean, it was so nice.
Yeah.
It was so nice. So I think it's hard. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, right.
But, and I think also after 4 seasons, I was kind of like, I need a nap.
Yeah.
I need a nap.
That's interesting to say because, like,
and I know people are going to be so mad at me about that because they're like, you could have done more, but it really does take a lot.
It is very taxing. And I was just talking to a friend of mine about this. It's like, you love it, but that doesn't mean it's not work.
Correct.
And it doesn't mean it doesn't feel like work and exhausting and stress, and you got the network. It's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So, and also your career blossomed in a lot of different ways. I mean, as a creative, I followed you through all the stuff, but like, I didn't see you in movies prior to this. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just doing little independent things. But now I definitely, as soon as the next thing was a movie with Eddie Murphy.
What was it like to go to that next thing and then be like just Robin Thede, the actress?
You know the crazy thing? So it happened so quickly after we finished shooting season 4. I was still editing season 4 in my trailer while shooting Candy Cane Lane.
You just gotta be.
So I had a mobile setup with my editors over our, not Zoom, but over the platform that we used to edit. And so literally in between takes, I was giving notes and editing.
So have you ever just sat down and been an actress?
Yes. On the new movie I'm in.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you find that is it easier or do you feel like
it's so much easier.
Lock in though. Like, you gotta just lock in.
No, I kind of just mess around. As a showrunner, writer, performer, producer, all of that, I have to lock in. You have to be focused.
Yeah.
As an actor, I'm just like, I'm doing pranks on set. Yeah. Like, I'm so annoying. Now, I'm just having fun, because I think it's just such a joy to just be able to act.
For sure.
But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to only do one job sometimes.
So let's go all the way back to Baby Robin Thede.
Okay.
Right now, you got a couple scenarios where you met your heroes, and it didn't quite go. We got Shonda Rhimes, Eddie Murphy, Common, and Stevie Wonder, and I want each story.
Okay.
I got to know because these.
Well, I wasn't a baby at all of them, but I was a grown adult when I met most of them, and made an absolute fool of myself. And it really taught me to not meet my heroes because I think you put a lot of pressure on yourself. Mm-hmm. And this was in the prime rise and grind era, right? Yeah. This was in the prime, like, shoot your shot. If you meet your hero, you gotta tap dance and do the thing, So that was the mindset. So I'll start with Common, because I was the youngest when I met Common. So I had just come from Chicago, Second City, Northwestern University. I was like a big Common fan, right? Yeah. Like Water for Chocolate, I think wasn't that far out. And I was working as a stand-in on a sitcom called All of Us.
Wow.
And Debbie Allen and Stan Lathan would direct. Like, I got to meet so many amazing people, and I got to learn how to act on a multicam, and it was great. So Common was coming to do a guest star, and he might have still been Com Sense at this point. I'm not sure, but so on a multicam, it's a pretty stripped back set. So you just have the stand-ins, the actors, maybe a writer and the showrunner and the director on the floor when you're not taping with the live audience. So it's a pretty small group of people. So during one of our breaks, the actors had gone to their rooms and the writers had gone upstairs to work on a script thing. And I think it was just me and maybe the AD like on stage just waiting for our next whatever. And the side door of the stage opens and Common walks in by himself.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, and he walks straight up to me because he only sees me. And I'm like, hi. And I'm like 22 at the time. Yeah. And so he says, hey, I'm looking to meet with, I think he was meeting with Debbie Allen and maybe one of our writers' name was Stacy. And so he said, I'm meeting with Miss Allen and with Stacy. And I said, oh, they just went up to a meeting, but I can show you, where they're at. And he said, no, I don't want to bother them if they're in a meeting. And he was like, I'll just hang down here. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And I don't know where the AD went, but all of a sudden it's just me and Common. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I say? Like, what do I do? And not that I like wanted to be a rapper, but like I very much was a fan. And so he's like, just talking about his day and like what he's up to, and he smells like coconut oil and like it's just everything, right? And I'm just like, this is amazing. This is now my life, right? I'm like, this is it. This is what I moved to Hollywood for.
Yeah.
And so we talked for like 15 minutes. He could not be nicer. Now, mind you, I do want to preface this by saying, in my mind, he was flirting with me. In reality, no such thing was occurring.
Just being nice.
He was literally just being kind. And so he said, you know what? I can't wait that long. But do me a favor. Do you have a piece of paper? And I was like,
this is my moment.
Yeah, I do.
This is a sign from God.
This is not my best moment. And ding, ding, ding. And so I pull out my script and I give him a pen and he writes his number down. To this day, Kev, I know that number.
Oh, my.
312-734. I'm not going to give you the rest of it. And I was like, we go together. Like, in my mind, I'm like, cool. And he hands me the note. And hand me this. So wait, I'm handing him, sorry. Okay, so I'm handing you this. And you take it. And I kind of do this.
No, you didn't. Robin.
Kind of like clasp his hand.
You didn't softly caress.
Yeah, I like softly caressed his hand, and I'm like, got it. And I'm like, got it. Wait, you have to look at me. And I'm like, got it. And he's like, can you give that to Stacey for me?
And you've already softly caressed. You wasted a soft caress.
I've already caressed his hand.
You've already caressed.
And I said, got it.
Sound like Jessica Rabbit.
Got it. I might as well have winked.
Oh, snap.
And he was like, cool.
Oh my God. That visual alone of right in the moment. Yeah, could you hand that to her?
But you know what? He's so nice. And I met him since and he's been lovely. Yeah. And I didn't remind him about that. But he didn't even register. I think that I don't even want to call it flirting. It's so embarrassing. And so anyway, so I died and came back. And then he was gone.
Oh, that's
And then
great.
I told everyone because I had to give the number to Stacey. And
did you softly caress her or did you just
I should have.
You should have just kept it
from coming. Got it though. Can you imagine?
That's hilarious.
Got it. I really thought my life was gonna be. I thought I was Mrs. Common Sense.
Like water for chocolate for Robin.
Listen.
You're going to have a double disc.
Listen.
You and him. Listen. Inspire a whole new album.
Imagine my life.
You go back to Chicago. You got a kufi on.
Yes.
Y'all got dueling kufis.
Got it.
Oh my God.
So that was how it started. And then Shonda Rhimes, big fan.
Yeah.
This was prime Thursday night. Shonda night.
Okay.
Right?
Scandal, How to Get
Away with Murder, Grays, all the things, right? Like she's literally still to this day like such an icon. I'm head writer on the Nightly Show, so this is 2015 with Larry Wilmore on Comedy Central, and she's coming on to promote her Year of Yes book.
Yes, I remember this.
And she doesn't. They're warning us ahead of time. Larry says in our morning meeting, Larry says. And he's looking at me as he says this because he must know. He goes, Shonda doesn't do a lot of press, so nobody freak out over her.
Yeah.
We're going to make this really simple. We're going to take it, we're just doing a one-on-one interview. It was like a panel show, right?
Yeah.
So normally the guests would be on a panel, but they were like, no, we're just going to do a one-on-one. We're going to keep it. We may not even have the audience. I think they even took the audience out or something.
They were trying to really make her comfortable.
Yeah, because she really was doing her first big press tour, and I think she was, just kind of nervous about the whole being in front of the camera.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And she's a writer. She's not an actor, you know.
Absolutely.
So
totally different skill set.
Totally
and they
different.
often don't have to do that part.
Right.
They be writing.
Right.
Which is hard and necessary.
Yes, but very different to be on
Very
TV,
different.
especially promoting a book that's so positive and big, and you know. So yeah, I believe we took out the audience. They do their interview. Now, mind you, just to backtrack, I did wear an Olivia Pope suit with a hat that day.
Robin, he just told you.
Well, I was already dressed when he told me not to bother her.
But you wore it in anticipation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I have
got that on. You got the stuff on. You like, dang.
I got that shit on. I have an off-white suit.
I can envision
with a
it.
silk shirt. Yes, and the white hat. No, I'm Olivia Pope. Okay. So I have this on. So in the morning meeting, he's like, guys, looking at me, guys, don't be weird with Shonda. Okay. I know all you writers love her,
maybe
but
if you have
like
a hoodie or something.
She's like, yeah, and can you change? And I was like, cool. No problem. So the interview happens. I don't meet her. Usually I go down and greet the guests.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Right.
My friend Brittany Scott Smith, was one of Larry's assistants, became a producer on the show, one of my best friends. She was like, Robin, don't go down there. And I was like, but I have to be, I'm the head writer of the show. Why wouldn't I be down there? Of course I'm going to be down there. So down there on the floor when they're taping. So I'm just backstage and I'm not saying nothing. And then she finishes the interview. It goes great. Mm-hmm. She comes, she has to walk past me backstage to leave. And I'm like, time to shoot my shot.
Just told you.
But it was over. So I figured.
He didn't say don't just shoot your shot until it's over.
He said don't be weird. He specifically said don't be weird.
Just imagine you with the full Olivia Pope white suit.
Yes, and the hat.
Yeah, I love this. Okay.
So she's starting to walk by me, and I go, hi, and she goes, Robin, I know who you are. And I'm like, this is going great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. So we're shaking hands.
Yes.
And we're shaking hands. Nope, I don't let go. And we're shaking hands, and I say, and she goes, I love your show, meaning the nightly show. And I go, I love all your shows. And my voice cracks like that.
Robin Thede.
And I'm still shaking her hand.
Robin.
And she goes, okay, you're me. She goes,
no. I would have melted into the floor. She removed your hand?
She removed my hand.
You can't touch people. You can't correct. You can't take things from people.
Oh, this isn't over. So then she removes her hand gently. She's very gentle about it. Her hand. She goes, okay. And then she leaves. Now, when I tell you, Brittany, my friend who told me stay back here, so as soon as Shonda walks out, those stages have big, heavy doors.
Yeah.
As soon as she's 3 steps out the door, Brittany screams a scream that only a black person can scream when they're laughing. And they can, when you scream instead of laugh?
Yes.
She's like, and then the whole crew backstage is, not kidding you, on the floor.
They all witnessed this?
Yes. Oh my God. Everyone saw it except for Larry, who was still on stage. But everyone, the whole team was back there because they all wanted to see her.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone saw it. And my voice cracked like a 13-year-old. And then I saw her years later, like maybe 2 years later. And I said, I'm sorry I didn't let go of your hand. And I really made a fool of myself at the nightly show. And you know what she said?
What did she say?
She said, no, you didn't.
She did?
Yeah. She was so nice. She was so nice. She goes, no, you didn't. It was fine. And I go, all right. Well, I was in an Olivia Pope suit. She goes, oh, yeah, you were. Yeah, maybe that was too much. But she was so nice, and she's been so nice since.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, so did not have a shot to shoot. I mean, like, what did I think I was going to do? Like, give her a script? In the Olivia Pope costume? I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't think we think it all the way through. You
Clearly.
get in the moment, you're overwhelmed with your emotions. Your heroes are in front of you.
No, I have lost it so many times. So when I did do Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy, I played an animated character most of the movie. But it was really cool. Director Reggie Hudlin, who I've been dying to work with.
Yeah, he's a legend. I love him.
Oh my God, such a legend. He
He
used to
is
come
so
see
dope.
my sketch shows, him and Larry, and that's how I knew them for
Wow.
years. They used to come see my live sketch shows, and they're just big supporters of Black women and of comedy, live comedy. And so I got to do Candy Cane Lane, and I met Eddie Murphy, and I already knew Tracy Ellis Ross, who's a goddess and amazing. But Eddie, when I first met him, Tracy did something very sweet. I was like, hi, it's nice to meet you. What should I call you? And he was like, call me Eddie. And I was like, okay. And he's very quiet, in person. I don't know why you expect like Beverly Hills Cop to show up. But
until his documentary, I was like, huh.
No, he's very soft-spoken, very sweet man, just very lovely. But Tracy goes, oh, Robin, she the funniest one out here. And I'm like, oh, don't do that.
Oh, no.
She was like, she's the one.
To Eddie Murphy?
And I'm looking like, like now I'm like, now I gotta be funny.
Yeah.
And Eddie's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, all right. So that wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
That wasn't the moment that I messed up. So we're on set, and one of my favorite Eddie movies. So I have weird, like Smooth Criminal's my favorite Michael Jackson song. I have weird favorites I know.
Song
I
or
know.
music video?
No, song. I know.
And
I know. Kill me. I know. Out of everything, you're like human nature.
Yeah. I've heard video a lot, but
No.
song is.
It's my favorite song.
You
And
just
maybe
be at
because
home
the.
like,
And are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
My son was in his room listening to Jam straight up, no video, audio only. Here comes the Jam. So you are.
That's
not
because of
alone.
Heavy D.
Has to be.
Because that is one of the hardest like interludes of those
Yes,
era.
of that 90s
Jam.
era.
Here comes the man. Hot damn. No, come on now. Listen, Bobby Brown, Control, Ghostbusters
Yeah,
soundtrack,
you're right. I'm with
Ghostbusters
you.
2,
I'm
please.
with you.
Okay. So Eddie is lovely. We shoot. So how we do it is he wants us to rehearse live action, and then we go in these trailers outside of the set, and we can see them on little cameras, so they can hear our voices. But he liked to practice
In real time.
which was great.
Yeah.
And then what I didn't know is that he and Tracy were wearing earpieces. And so when me and Nick Offerman and Chris Redd were in our trailers doing the voiceover, we could see them and hear them, but they could also hear everything we were saying, even in between takes.
Robin. Why do you keep getting in these scenarios?
Because it's not my best moment. And so Chris Redd and I are really good friends, and we're arguing about Drake or something. This is pre-Kendrick and Drake, but we were arguing something about Drake. And we just hear Tracy at one point goes, enough with the fucking Drake. We're like, oh, we didn't know they could hear us. So then I start reviewing everything. This is like the first day of shooting. So this only happened one day. But then I start reviewing all the things I've been saying in my head, going, what else have they heard? So the reason why I told you about Smooth Criminal is because one of my favorite Eddie movies, my favorite is obviously Coming to America.
Yeah.
But not my second favorite, but in my top 5 is Bowfinger, of a little known Eddie Murphy movie that a lot of people don't quote.
I love it, Bowfinger.
I quote it all the time. And I always say, you're doing great, right? And I realize that I've said that no less than 3 times. To Chris and to Nick, not realizing that I'm even quoting Eddie Murphy. That's how often I say it in my life.
Yeah. This is just part of your lexicon.
Yes. And I go, oh my God, he thinks I've been making fun of him this entire time. Now, he never said anything to me.
Right.
And I never brought it up.
Of course not.
But to this day, I have no idea. I'm hoping my impression of it is so bad that he was just like, oh, she's encouraging them. Yeah. But he definitely heard it. Okay, so there's a second part to this. So there were a couple of times, like, we got into conversations. He talked to me about Saturday Night Live, and he was like, no, you did your own thing, like doing, I told him that I had auditioned for Saturday Night Live, which we can talk about, and didn't get it. And he was like, no, it's better that you did your own sketch show and stuff. He was so supportive, so amazing. We go to the premiere, and I get so excited to see him on the red carpet that he's wearing a white Gucci, some expensive jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I hug him so hard that I imprint my entire face of makeup on his shoulder.
Oh, my God. This is literally what this podcast was made for. This is the idea.
I'm the perfect guest.
You are the perfect. You have made a
I haven't
fool of
even
yourself.
scratched the surface of how many times I've scratched this, of how many times I've made a fool of myself. So he's doing an interview with like E! News, and I hug him and I'm like, yeah, now mind you, yes, we shot a movie together. Did we become friends?
Right.
No.
Right.
He's Eddie Murphy. He doesn't need any more friends.
Yeah.
And so friendly, but like not enough to be hugging this man like that. And I left my full face. And then, to make things worse, I tried to wipe it off.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, sorry. And you know what that did? Smear it all.
Oh my God.
And he's like, just.
You're just Mr. Bean out here. You are just like stepping on planks. And like,
Yeah. He had to do the rest of the red carpet with my face on his shoulder.
Oh my.
And he was like, just stop. Just stop. You're making it worse. Just forget it. It's fine. And he goes, it's fine. And I was like, it's not fine. I literally started crying.
Did you? But like fair though.
I'm so sorry. I can't see you later. Okay. Have a good break.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is terrible.
I'm literally bawling thinking about it.
And there's no like, usually the not my
No,
best
and that was on
moment
camera. Why didn't E put that on? I think they were embarrassed. They were like, we're not TMZ. Like, we're not going to do that to her. But yeah, so I don't know. I could do this all day.
This is fantastic. Because usually people have like, here's what I learned, and you're just like, no, I just keep doing this.
No, I learned
in
nothing.
different ways.
Oh, was I supposed to learn something?
You just kept on going.
No, and that was a year ago. That wasn't like, I'm 46.
A year ago. You just are like adding to the list at this point.
You're right. I am Mr. Bean. Because I fall. I think people think I'm like tall and graceful.
Yeah.
I'm 5'4" and a klutz. Like, I'm constantly. You know what it is? I have no internal monologue.
Are you one of those people?
I'm one of those people. Yeah. What I think comes out.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just synapse fire.
Yes.
Mouth.
There's no consideration.
There's no like, hey, maybe not right now.
No. What?
It's already happened.
No, it's already happened. It's always after the fact that I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. So before we get to the failed auditions, which I really want to hear about, I just want to acknowledge you went from stand-in to showrunner.
Yes.
What else was in between?
So I became a writer because I didn't even know writing was a profession, but I had been doing it. I ran a sketch comedy group that's still at Northwestern. I got scouted by Second City, and I was, writing sketch comedy since like middle school.
Wow.
But I didn't know what it was. There was no YouTube back then. My sister and I had an old broken camcorder that had no viewfinder, so we would just shoot and then put two VHS machines together and edit it.
Wow.
It was insane. We shot Pimps Up, Bears Down, which was a parody of Pimps Up, Hoes Down, which was probably inappropriate for our age. We got in a bear costume and pretended anyway, you can see where that went.
I imagine.
But that was my first sketch. And then, and then we were shooting like Blair Witch parodies and, just anything of the era. And then eventually I did Shit Black Guys Say on YouTube, and that got like 2 million views and kind of got me into another realm. But no, I had already been doing sitcoms. I was already a stand-in by then, and then I got to guest star on All of Us. They put me on, and then I was kind of the queen of failed pilots for a long time.
There.
Yeah, and then so I had a bunch of pilots that just never saw the light of day. And then I started writing for award shows and writing for like Mike Epps and Kevin Hart and Anthony Anderson and all these comedians, and I would get to know and I was in the comedy clubs all the time scouting for talent for sketches, and I was doing live sketch, so I would be on the road with these comedians, and that's why everyone thought Tony Baker always jokes that I did stand up and then transitioned to acting and writing, but I never did stand up, but I was always in the clubs.
Yeah. Hey guys, time for a quick break. We'll be right back with more Tony Baker. You've been pushed away by the titans of industry. You have been pushed away.
I've been pushed away by Oscar winners. Okay? I've been assaulted by Michelle Obama. That's true. It's true. She punched me on my chest.
Oh, in the show?
No.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait, what do you...
In real life.
Wait, what do you mean?
I told this story on Seth Meyers, so it's not new. Right before the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Michelle Obama came backstage, and she said, I heard you're the head writer. She doesn't say, hi, how are you? I'm Michelle Obama. She walks up to me and says, I heard you're the head writer. And she's tall.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I'm Robin. Nice to meet you. She goes, you better be funny. And she's like, you better be funny. It better be funny. And I was like, it's going to be funny. She was like, cool. And then at the end, she was like, that was funny. And she was great. But she definitely...
Hard poked
me hard in the chest. I said, dang, I love you. No,
So
I
wait.
loved it. It was a mama poke. I loved it. Anyway, okay.
Failed pilots.
Okay. So I was the queen of failed pilots. And so I was just working and doing like guest stars. And then I would get a pilot and it wouldn't go. You know, TV pilot is they shoot it, but the audience doesn't see it. They just test it. And it doesn't work. So I started writing more. Mike Epps had a sketch show that I got hired to write on, and then Jesse Collins, who does all the like Grammys shows and halftime shows and everything, he was producing it, and then he hired me to write on the BET Awards. I wrote on the BET Awards for like 10 years.
Really?
So so I got to know all these comedians and all these all the presenters that would come through. I remember Kerry Washington being a presenter on the BET Awards and being so nice to me. She was like, I've never seen a black woman back here writing. Like, keep going.
Yeah.
Little did she know I would dress as her character and meet Shonda Rhimes and embarrass myself. But but yeah, so for 10 years, I really got to know so much just by writing. And then I started writing on Afion Crockett's sketch show that Jamie Foxx produced, and then Real Husbands of Hollywood. And then Queen Latifah, who I had written jokes for when she hosted an award show, hired me as her head writer on her daytime show. And then Larry Wilmore hired me to be on The Nightly Show as a head writer. And so my acting just kind of took a back seat. Although I was still performing here and there, my writing really went to the forefront. And then I did The Rundown, then Black Lady Sketch Show. So yeah, it all just kind of, but those early relationships, and I did make a fool of myself in a number of those situations in award shows as well. The real thing that I did was, my real story of embarrassing myself was these binders for these award shows are like 300 pages.
They're massive.
Right? They're massive. And we get to the writers. There's only like 4 writers usually at the BET Awards. And so it's the writers, a couple of the producers, and that's it when there's a closed door rehearsal. And Beyonce. Look, my voice, I'm about to cry. I'm like, Beyonce. So Beyonce was one of the performers, and she had a closed rehearsal, and we got to sit in it. And so Beyonce's about to take the stage. It's silent. And there's dry ice smoke starts to fill the stage, right? And you see the silhouette of her coming out. And I get so excited. I jump up and my binder explodes. Oh my God. You know those 3-ring binders that pop open?
Yes.
Mine pops open all 300 pages like When Doves Cry. And Beyonce's like, what was that? And I was like, sorry. And she was like, it's okay.
I love how you like embarrassing yourself and the people are so nice about it.
You know why? Because they're mortified for me.
Right.
Because I am a sad sack of a human being when I embarrass myself. People think I have it together.
Right.
Like, people are always, when they meet me, they're like, oh, I thought you were 5'10". Like, that's always the thing.
You do have like 6 foot energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I do something doofy and they're like, oh, okay, I see it now. I get it. That's why you're in comedy. Got it.
For sure.
Got it. Yeah.
So tell me about auditioning for Saturday Night Live and The Daily Show.
Okay.
Both of which they chose other people. But you're still here. You're still standing. You're still
By
strong.
the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
So The Daily Show, I had auditioned for 6 times.
Wow. For the host or correspondent?
You thought I was auditioning to be Jon Stewart?
I mean, you're Robin Thede.
No, back in the day, Jon Stewart was the only host.
So you're correspondent.
Yeah, no. I'm only auditioning to be a correspondent.
Okay.
And I would write my own pieces. Like initially, they would have you read a piece, but then I would write my own pieces and bring them in. I always got really good feedback. And to be fair, it worked because when I went to be head writer at the Nightly Show, Jon Stewart was our executive producer, and he did remember me.
Okay.
So I don't know why I never got the Daily Show, but I went back 6 times.
Were you just as like confident 2 and 3 and 4? Or
Yeah.
you were?
Yeah. Oh, by the time I got to 6, I was in there like, I know I'm getting this.
Yeah.
And it was like me and Wyatt Cenac that year, I think. So this is a while ago. And he got it. And he was great. But I just never freaking got it.
Yeah.
And I just kept going back. I was just it was the height of the Daily Show success.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it was just kind of an honor to be there. But I really did think I was going to get it.
For sure.
Like,
There's no reason to go in there and think you ain't going to get it.
Yeah. And they kept bringing me back.
Yeah.
But for SNL, I submitted for 10 years as a writer and a performer. So 10 years, I would send in tapes of 6 characters, because that's what they would ask for, 3 impressions and 3 original characters. And I would submit a writing packet of like 3 sketches or whatever it was. For 7 of those years, I heard nothing.
Oh, my God.
And then year 8 and 9, I heard your writing packet is in the mix. And then year 9, I think I got really close. Like they were like, it's down to you and like a couple other people. Never got it. And then year 10, which was 2013. In 2014, they did like a big black lady audition.
Yeah.
But by that time, I was already on the Nightly Show.
Yeah.
So 2013, I'm auditioning. I get a call. I'm head writer on Queen Latifah. And I've only been there maybe 2 months. And I'm like, crap, do I go to this audition? Because I get a call that like the next day, Lorne Michaels is going to be in LA at Improv Olympic Theater, and he's going to actually do auditions here. And you don't have to fly to New York. He's going to do them here. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I already have my characters. By then, I already did like 100 characters, right? I was already doing 227, the Lost episodes live at Second City, and like all these. I was doing all these impressions and whatever. So of course I go in and do Jack Hay, and I do all these, like, you know, I do Michelle Obama, and I do Beyonce and whatever. And so, and then I do original characters. Oh, I think I did Soledad O'Brien. I always like to do a newscaster. But so I go in, and it's live in front of an audience. And what I didn't know was, because I was so last minute added, all the other 14 people who were auditioning had brought friends. Oh. And so every time they went out, they're hearing, get it. All right, Ashley, or whoever it was. And I go out there to absolute crickets, and I see Lorne Michaels right in front of me. Yeah. And I still think I killed it. I know I did. Right. But it was to absolute silence. And they laughed at some of my things, but
the ratio.
The crowd was like, we're here to cheer for our friends.
That's what makes it hard about comedy competitions.
Oh my God.
You don't bring 20, 30 people. The perception is
correct.
Just off.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and I was the only black person.
Surprise.
And that year they hired 7 of the white people that, like, it was the biggest crop that they had ever hired at once, all from that one audition.
Oh my God. Like, how do you keep your sanity?
Well, I heard later that, so Maya Rudolph had just, well, and thank you for assuming that I have kept my sanity. I appreciate that. I had heard later through the grapevine that Lorne may or may not have said, well, we just had Maya. So I don't know that we need her. That's what I heard. Oh, I don't know if it's true, but I also heard that he loved my audition.
Yeah.
And later on, when we would be at the Emmys and they would win the Emmy, although we did beat them in the directing and editing categories.
Yeah, there you go.
I said, oh, I heard you've been saying nice things. And he looked at me like I was trying to rob him. But But I do hear from people at the show that he has said very nice things. I think he was he's an older gentleman. And I think,
he's been around.
Again, I just ran up on him and I think he was a little startled. But I tend to do that to people.
I love this. I love this. You have a wealth of this.
I could do this for hours.
I mean, we barely scratched the surface.
We have barely. I'm just giving you the greatest hits.
This is fantastic.
Not my best moments.
Yeah, you have so many.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a testament to like, you kind of do got to be not all the way there.
Yes.
To make it here.
Well, I always say you have to have reckless confidence.
Sure.
This is the book I'm writing. It's called Reckless Confidence, and it is.
Is this really happening?
Yes. No, this is not a joke.
Oh, this is perfect.
Yes. And so
Mr. Bean, Robin Thede story.
Yeah, it really is. Because if you don't have regular confidence, ain't going to cut it. Because you're not going to stay sane. You're going to go, I make a fool of myself everywhere I go. I'm an idiot.
I need to work at a job that I can just be in a cubicle and be safe.
In a padded cubicle where I don't hurt myself or others. But
that's a great title, by the way.
Thank you.
That is a really
thank
good
you.
I'm
you would know. You're the New York Times, multiple New York Times bestseller. But yeah, reckless confidence, because it really has to be this sort of like throw caution to the wind. Mm-hmm. I believe, yes, can I make a black lady sketch show when no black woman has ever done that before? Can I be the head writer in late night when no black woman has ever done that before? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can do those things.
And I got to tell y'all, Black Lady Sketch Show was black women everywhere.
Everywhere.
But I'm talking about from the fitting.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the person who greeted me outside, walked me to the fitting.
Yeah.
Every costume person.
Hundreds. Yeah.
Black women everywhere.
Yeah.
COVID testing. When I get to set, it was through and through.
Yeah.
And that cocoa butter smell, smooth skin, laughter.
Yep.
Yes, I did. Rang in the halls. Yes. Like I felt like because it's not like that.
It's not. And everyone who worked on that show calls me constantly and is like, when is your next show?
Yeah, because
I'm like, I know.
You know how diligent you have to be to make it like that?
Yes.
Like you have to go
not easy.
out of your way and then probably had to fight for people to make it like that.
Yes. I had to fight with unions. Because I wanted black women in the camera union, the sound union, black women in the grips, in the, I wanted black women in every level.
And Atlanta, it's more common in Atlanta because there's more black. But here, if you see 5 black people on a set of 100, you're like, okay, we out here today.
Right.
To see 50 out of 54?
No, they were.
That's what, I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere.
All base camp.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is great. But I know, like, and I don't even, this is why I tell people all the time, and I'm going to let you go. Racism is a problem in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But nepotism and like my homeboy is a bigger problem because you're not thinking I'm not looking for black people. You just call who you always call.
Correct.
And that's usually people who look like you, who came up with you, who went to college with you.
And that's the bigger thing. It's more bias than racism.
More bias.
And so for me, it was like, cool. So I will intentionally.
Yes.
I mean, Larry Wilmore says that. He said, when people asked him, did you do colorblind hiring? He said, absolutely not.
No. You wouldn't get no black people that way.
Correct. You might
the
not.
Resumes
But
usually aren't as strong because people are not calling
them.
them.
For writing packets, right? Like, who can write for Larry Wilmore, right? So we would eventually, if we would have done colorblind, he probably would have still got some black writers. But for me in particular, he said, no, I hired her on purpose because that's who I wanted in that position. And that was my thing, is like, no, it's very much on purpose because all you need in this business is one great credit.
For sure.
And if you have an HBO Emmy award-winning show, or you've won an Emmy like all my editors did, like my director did, like all my production designers are now the first Asian woman team to be Emmy nominated for production design. Marvel Studios went and stole all of my crew. Yeah. Which is great. And now they're on to bigger and better things. And it's like, and the actors, right? I mean, like you said, it was your first credits, and like that carries weight.
Absolutely.
So for me,
HBO is heavy.
Yeah.
That is a huge that is the top of my bio for years.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about HBO Black Lady first bold. Like, because it's probably still, prior to making my own stuff, it was my biggest credit. So I appreciate you for that, for me and for everybody else, because building those resumes lets people be able to say their resume. Yeah. Right? Because at first you got to take the chance. Because you're going against somebody who has a full resume, not necessarily because they're good,
Right.
but because their homeboys have hired them.
Right.
So it looks like you're good. And
Right.
it's easy to like pass it up to the next person because they're just looking at the paper.
Right.
But now somebody like you has to come and say, okay, I'm going to give you this shot. And now it's actually on their resume, on their IMDb.
And let's be clear, I wasn't hiring people because they were black. I was hiring great people who were also
black. You
black.
ain't got to be clear with
I
me.
know, but you know
that
just
DEI
for the world.
stuff, you keep that on the other side. It's assumed that you're good, or we ain't risking
they had
our
to be
job.
great. No, they had to be
You
great.
have to be
Because I was
great.
like, you're not gonna mess up my HBO show.
Absolutely not. But that's why it's so much work.
Michelle
Because-
Collins, our costume designer, her first job head designing, won a CFDA award.
There you
Do you
go.
know how hard it is to win the costume designer
I
awards?
know how hard it is.
Oh my God.
It's the hardest.
Yeah, it's the hardest.
All right, before we let you go, I'm assuming you're working on something in your trailer. You were probably doing an email on the way over here. What are you working on in addition to the book, Reckless Confidence? Is that a release date yet?
No.
Or still writing?
Still writing.
Okay.
Wait, do you want me to tell you how I overcame or no? Are we going to skip that part? We can skip it. It doesn't matter.
overcame.
I overcame. All right,
You
great.
overcame.
Perfect. I'm like, wait, everyone's going to think I'm just a fuck up.
No,
Okay.
I think
right.
your resume proves you ain't.
All right.
But no, tell me how you overcame.
Well,
tell me how you overcame.
I do want to tell people this.
Tell me this.
The moments where I didn't embarrass myself, I let my work speak for myself.
Yeah.
As opposed to me trying to impress. So.
Oh, you network like I network.
Yes.
You don't go drink. What are you working on?
No.
You just go to work.
I just go to work. So when I interviewed with Larry Wilmore for the Nightly Show, I have been doing sketch comedy, live sketch shows at Second City, at Improv Olympic, all these places. And I had asked him to come. He came. You know, I would invite all of my favorite producers, writers. He came. He became a fan. So I went to Comedy Central. I said, I heard Larry Wilmore's getting a show. I want to be his head writer. And they said, no, we're looking at some other candidates. So I found a way to get to his assistant and I don't always recommend this. I mean, I did this through my agency. I want to be clear. I didn't like stalk anybody. Although I'm not above that. Right. But I wrote a letter and I told him how much it meant to me, not only that he was going to be taking over for Colbert, but how much his work on The Office and the PJs and
I love the PJs.
In Living Color. I love the PJs
He
too.
just doesn't get enough
It doesn't.
credit for how funny and revolutionary it was.
And the Bernie Mac Show and all these shows that Larry has been so iconic in creating or writing for. And I wrote him this letter and I just said, just give me an interview. And I got it to his assistant. She got it to him and I got the interview. And this was after Comedy Central said we already have people we're considering. And so I got in the interview and I brought a book report. So at that point, the show was called The Minority Report, and then it ended up changing to The Nightly Show. And so I put Tom Cruise's body from the Minority Report movie with Larry's face on it. And I wrote The Minority Report with Larry Wilmore. And I had like a 30-page binder of all the late night bits I would do, the correspondence I would hire, how I would run the writer's room. Like I was ready.
Oh, you built the show.
I built the show. And by page like 4 of it, he goes, enough. And he took a pen out. He took the binder. He wrote A+. And he goes, I'll see you in New York.
He hired you on the spot?
Yeah.
He literally wrote A+ on your paper?
He wrote A+. I still have it.
Of course. You have to.
And I mean, in the room.
Ooh, hold on. I got to stop you.
Okay.
Because this is a word. The Holy Ghost dropped this in my
yes.
spirit. You did 30 pages of work, but by page 4, you were hired.
Yes.
Sometimes we want to do 4 pages of work. In order to get hired by 4, you got to do 30.
You got to do 30.
Because you had to see the whole thing.
You had to see the whole thing.
And visualize it.
But a lot of people stop on 4.
They stop on 4 and that's enough. And you really got to build that whole thing, just like building a show. You got to build that whole Bible for the pitch.
Yeah.
Y'all, I ain't going to start no church.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a nugget here.
I love it. No,
but that
no,
is
it's
really.
True.
And that's reckless confidence though.
100%.
In yourself, in your work, and to say, give me a chance.
I had never, to have a massive nightly show on my back when I had never worked in late night television.
Wow.
Now, I was head writer on a daytime show, so they knew I
sure.
could turn out daily shows, but that's very different.
Yeah.
And most of my stuff was in, award shows, and those live shows, I will say, helped a lot because those shows have to turn and burn. So I had the right experience, but I didn't have, it was a gamble.
For sure.
It was a gamble, and they definitely had to convince Comedy Central of me. And so, yeah, that was a moment, though, where I let the work shine. I wasn't trying to be goofy or, like, kiss anyone's butt or anything, and I wasn't trying to, like, dress in costume or... Now, mind you, the costume thing happened after that. So, learning is not necessarily linear, is what I want to share. Your
timeline is crazy.
What I'm saying is God is working on me. Okay?
You really nailed it. And then you were like, now
No,
I'm going to dress up as Olivia Pope.
I just soiled Eddie Murphy.
You're like doing this backwards.
No, not backwards. It's a
You're
roller
just jumping
coaster.
around.
Yeah, it's hills and valleys.
Okay.
But that I think that is also a great lesson. You're not always going to be perfect.
No, you're not. And you
I
don't
want people to know that I continue to make a fool of myself. I can't even talk in a mic correctly. I continue to make a fool of myself, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it because it's who I am, and I think it makes me lovable.
For sure. It's very endearing. Very endearing.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. What was your wrap up?
Okay, Robin, before we let you go, please tell us what you're working on, where they can follow you, next up, all the things.
All right. Well, I'm still paying for Eddie Murphy's dry cleaning. But in addition to that, I have Relationship Goals coming out on Amazon Prime.
I'm going to that premiere.
I can't wait. Wait, we're having a premiere?
It's like an intimate thing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, my God. They probably like,
I guess I'll be there, too.
She just found out. We were going to be wearing white. We wanted our clothes to be safe. We just, she has a reputation for...
Because it wasn't an Amazon movie the last time. Oh, my God.
There's a binder.
Wait, they didn't invite me. I'm number 3 on the call sheet. So, okay. Oh, God. How are you going to edit this? Just leave it all. Don't cut any of this. Okay.
Yeah, we'll find it.
So, February 4th, Relationship Goals starring Kelly Rowland and Method Man, otherwise known as Cliff, is on Amazon. I'm playing like a dramatic role, actually.
Really?
Yes. I have to cry in the movie. I have a very stressful situation.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
No,
I was going to watch it anyway.
Yeah,
I saw the announcement.
so
I was like,
good.
oh, this is a great cast.
It is a fantastic movie for Valentine's Day. It's the black rom-com we've been waiting for.
We used to hit rom-coms
Listen,
all the time.
Don't talk to me about Brown Sugar, Love Jones, Love and Basketball, and whatever. Don't talk to me about any of that because that was my childhood.
I think even white rom-coms aren't as often, but for the black ones, it was like, enough of y'all. Ain't no rom, ain't no com.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I never really watched. The only white rom-com I like is Along Came Polly because it was very funny.
That.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I love that.
Amazing.
Ring.
White chocolate. So I have that coming out February 4th. I star as one of Kelly's best friends and a news anchor who's going through her own relationship problems.
Yes,
There's 3 friends in the movie who are kind of all going through relationship issues. So I'm excited about that. It's a different vibe for me.
I can't wait to see this.
And
because you are great. You're a great actress.
Thank you.
I always enjoy you.
Thank
but
you.
I have not seen you be dramatic.
No one has.
Yeah, I've only seen you be comedic.
Except for my partners. And then I also am producing an off-Broadway musical that was, I know, Amber Ruffin, who we love.
Amber Ruffin.
She wrote Bigfoot the Musical, and it is the funniest. It is the funniest musical you've ever seen in your life.
When does that come out?
March 1st, it premieres at the Manhattan Theater Club in New York.
I want to go to that.
You have to go.
Invite me.
Oh, you're invited. I'll get you tickets.
Officially invited.
Yeah, you are officially invited
Send
to
it
Bigfoot.
to my team.
I will. Yeah. Oh, I got to send it to your team now. You know what?
No,
Forget it.
I would love to see the thing you produce.
It's so funny.
Amber Ruffin is...
She's a genius.
She's a comedic genius.
Yes.
She's quirky.
Yes.
I love a quirky black woman.
Me too.
Because there's ranges of black comedy.
Yeah.
We don't have enough quirky.
Yes, I agree.
I love theater as well. Me and Melissa go to the theater.
No, you guys will be there.
Please, please.
So it's so funny. It's so good. The cast is amazing. A bunch of Tony Award nominees and winners.
Oh,
it's
so good.
I'm so excited. So that's running at the Manhattan Theater Club starting March 1st in New York City.
Yes.
So get your tickets.
Yes.
And then what else am I doing? What else am I doing?
Reckless
That's pretty much
Confidence is
it.
being written.
Reckless Confidence is...
We can just awareness, brand awareness right now.
Yeah, it's been being written for about 10 years, but I'll get it done. How do you finish a book?
Man, honestly, Robin, at some point you just got to be like,
I know.
You have to just stop.
I know.
Because I had that.
I have 1 million chapters. I just need to
The editor helped and the deadline helped.
Yeah.
Because it's just like.
I need a deadline.
Because you will keep having confident moments.
Yeah.
So the book's gonna be it's gonna be Game of Thrones if you don't stop it.
And I also feel like it's a better comedy album than a book because I feel like you need to hear me tell these stories.
Let me tell you what I've learned today. I would go to your one-woman show called Reckless Confidence,
right?
And if you trimmed it for a show, now you know what you need for the book.
I know.
And watch you perform that, I'd sign up because there's no way that was 3 stories. That was 3 stories. We didn't get your childhood. We didn't get your middle school, your high school. I know.
Yeah, there's
Candy
a
came
lot.
lame last year.
There's a lot.
So
his jacket is still being cleaned.
He looked in the closet. He was like, "That doggone Robin Thede
Oh my God!
ruined the good one for me."
I think it was custom Gucci.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It's Edward Murphy.
Yeah, Edward. Has anyone ever called him Edward?
And if I actually met him, but I wouldn't.
I was gonna say you've met him before.
I shook his hand, and he was kind of like, he was low key.
Yeah,
very low key.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, Robin Thede, ladies and gentlemen. Please follow her. Brilliant. Go see her movie or stream it.
Yeah,
stream it on Amazon. Mm-hmm. If you're in New York, get tickets or go to New York if you're nearby.
And go see Bigfoot the musical.
Go see Bigfoot the musical. Go to the premiere. I'll be there with Melissa. Red carpet access, of course.
Of course.
And tune in next week for Not My Best Moment. God bless you. Bye. I think I was looking at the wrong camera. But...
It wasn't your best moment.
It's already done.